channel dwellers. We have a project here. This is a lantern project. This is a Dietz 8-day. And this is quite a different animal from the square Fount 8-day. These are bigger and beefier and heavier. Yes, indeed. And it's got nice Frizzell globe in it. This has got a Dietz Night Watch Frizzell in it, and I have a Dietz 8-day Frizzell, and we're going to see if they're the same or not. I will be very curious to find out. So this has got. We're going to check. We're going to see what we're going to do here. I'm going to try to save that crazy cracked up paint. So we're going to see how that cleans up. I want to see because look at all. There's a ton of patina in that paint. But if it's way too chewed up, I don't know. We're gonna see. But I don't think there's really no real chewed up parts, except for the bail, and that's okay. That's not painted, so we can clean that up pretty nice. Yeah. So let's check this thing out, and maybe we'll fire it up. Because like I said, I'm a hot blast or cold blast guy. This is considered a dead flame. I'm not exactly sure. We're gonna find out together what size burner in there. I'm pretty sure this is not round wick, but we're gonna get in there and we're gonna look. All right, let's check this thing out and get it apart and check it out. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Alright, that looks like it's probably supposed to. I don't know. Can't tell if it's supposed to do that or not. Yeah, Dietz Night Watch. Alright, so at the end of this, we'll compare them and we'll put the proper one in here. Even if they are the same, I'm going to put the 8-day in here. Great, no cracks. No chips. Nice. Okay. So I've seen people that are new to these type of marker lanterns. These burners they snap in there, and a lot of people think that they're frozen in there like rusted or something. Oh, okay, no, it's not a round way. There's just so much shit in there I couldn't tell. Oh man, what is going on? What did they put in this tank? That's not kerosene, man. What is that? Like a little egg on the stick, with a little muff on the top there, but it's really just maybe it's just really, really rotten kerosene because that smells awful. Wow. Shortwave going in the background, by the way, and when you got a shortwave this old, it's really hard to regulate the volume of it when it pertains through signal strength. Signal strength goes up and down, and so does the total volume of it. All right, well, that's going to take some cleaning up. Yeah, we'll come back to this. Maybe we'll soak it in some acetone before we come back to it. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Man, so I wonder what size that is. That looks like Dietz Comet size. All right, we'll find something for it, I'm sure. Something somewhere in there. Ooh, man, that fuel stinks. Stinks! All right, let me put my sleeves up before I wreck I have a feeling this is going to be a messy lantern here. It has certainly it certainly has been around the world, this thing. That looks like sludge in the bottom. Oh, man. Yikes. Man, yeah, there is black sludge. Okay. I'm going to have to dump that out, and we're going to rinse this out. Yeah, wow, what in the hell? take a little sample of what I'm seeing here. Okay. Yeah, so that's sludge. That is not rust. Like, that's not like, yeah, that's something. There's a clear liquid on top of it, but the sludge is all over the bottom. Wow, this is a mess. Okay. All right. So before I continue, let me go dump that fuel out, and then we'll flush it out with some acetone. I'm gonna have to go outside and do that, so you get the idea. I'll let you know what happens. So I'm gonna go this out. I'm gonna rinse that out with some acetone because it's gonna make a bomb. I don't want to do it in here. All right. So let me go do that, and we'll come back. We'll get that soaking in something, and all right, be right back. Okay, yeah, that looks a million times better. Yeah, so what I poured out of there looked just like gasoline, but it's probably just freaking maybe kerosene that turned into paint thinner, or turpentine, or maybe it was turpentine. I know it wasn't a volatile fuel like gas, I don't think, but it sure looked like it. Okay, we'll let that continue to soak. But yeah, there was a sludge in the bottom. It's all just sludgy. Look at the layers. What in the world is all over that, dude? It's everywhere. And I want to make sure I didn't get acetone on the paint here because we haven't really determined what path we want to take with that. I'd like to keep it if I can. We'll see how it looks. So I think what I'll do is I'll take nylon bits to the paint, kind of give the paint itself a cleaning. Man, I could smell that old fuel. Whew, man. Yeah, it's a good thing about acetone. It all dries up real quick. And it also helped us test the fount. No leaks, no weeping, no nothing. So, excellent. I wonder if I want to do soap and water first. Maybe I do. Maybe I do with a mild brush. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that next. Yeah, I think we'll... There is a ton of shit all over this. Yeah, wow, there is some kind of shit all over this thing. Probably done a real nice job of preserving it. Yeah, why don't I go? Why don't I go to the sink and give it a quick wash off, a little soap and water, and a toothbrush. And we'll see what happens here. I'll be right back. Well, didn't really help a whole... Well, maybe it did a little bit. All right, so I think I'm gonna polish the paint. We're just gonna get the outer layer of dirt off there, and we're gonna leave the paint and its patina there. Gonna look great. Look great. This thing's a mess, though. This thing is a mess. Okay, let's get at it with an 800. And I just got, I'll go a little nuts. I'll probably bring out something to the 400 and clean up this. It's really coated with some kind of crap all over. But I don't want to go crazy like on these and get the paint off necessarily. I just kind of want to go down one layer. There, get some of this dirt off of here. Let's get at it. Let's see Yeah, man, look at there's nothing. You can't even read the text because of all the shit that's built up on it. It's not rust or anything. It's just whatever that gooey crap. This thing was a workhorse, man. This thing definitely worked a lot, man. All right, let's get to it. Right. Don't know what you just missed there. But yeah, so I was trying to fix this here. Obviously, that somebody probably, yeah, this is just a little beat up from the tool. I'm thinking somebody didn't know that this bail locks like that, and you got to press it in to unlock it. So it looks like somebody tried wrenching it out of there, not knowing about that. And I tried to bend that back, and I put a tool mark in it, and I'm pissed. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it alone. Not gonna bend it back. I'm gonna leave it just like it is. So now I got the wire wheel on there. I want to get these threads cleaned up. And I'll get the rest of this shit out of here cleaned up. We'll find it a wick, and we'll oil it up. All right, let's get at it. Yeah, so I'm not gonna do any cleaning of it. I just got the surfaces that meet together cleaned up. So we're gonna leave the cogwheel all dirty and everything. We just want everything to match real nice. And this is sticky, whatever that stuff is that I melted to get it off there. It's funny. All right, let's see. I don't think I have anything that'll fit in here in my my old stash. I'm gonna have to find something new. All right. let's oil her up. So since this is a dirty old lantern, I'm gonna get this dirty old brush that I've told myself I was gonna throw out, and I just keep keeping it around, and it gets useful for this kind of gig here. Right. So that's some boiled linseed oil. We're not even going to steel wool it. We're just going to oil it up, wipe it down, and it'll be done. And maybe we'll throw some kerosene in there and give it a try. Yeah, what do you say, folks? All right. So wick, by the way, yeah, the wicks. There was hunks of that old wick stuck in the cogwheels in there, and so that's why I couldn't get a wick in there. Was when I finally tried pushing one through, I saw it kind of come out of the holes there. But now we're good. Now I had to put a new one on there. I didn't have any vintage 3/8, so. Okay. Yeah. You're going to see just how great this paint's going to look. Oiled up. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Oh, it's so nice. I got 3 or 4 lanterns that have this, that I've kept this kind of patina on, and they all kind of match. They all kind of look the same because it's all that red paint that is just absorbed dirt and mud and grease and everything. It looks very cool when it's like a red version of camo. Yeah, all right, it's gonna be cool. All right, let's oil her up. All right, so let's put this in there. We're gonna throw some fuel in it. We're gonna light this. Yeah. All right. Do I got enough wick on that? I do. Yeah, we're good. Click. There we go. Uppy downy. All right. So, and we're gonna check out the globes here in a minute, but I want to get some kerosene in there and get that brand new wick wicking away. Good size fount too. Okay. Let me see just how much. Oh yeah, there's plenty. Okay. Yeah, the inside of the fountain looks so much better after that acetone rinse. I'm sure there'll be no I'm sure there'll be no leaking because it's had fuel in it when we first started here. Okay, yeah. All right, so let's see. Here's our Dietz night watch, and let me go get the 8-day. All right, let's see. They sure look the same to me. Maybe just different just a tiny bit. Let's see here. Okay, exactly the same height there. A little bit of a difference. Thicker glass seems to be the. All right, there's some little very. Oh, okay, well that's interesting. Okay, so the 8-day is just a tad bit tinier, barely though. The lip, a little different. And the fins are just kind of oriented a little different. Not far off though, but you know, who knows? Maybe I wonder what the overlap was. If you look back a couple videos, I had a couple unfired square fount that I did a cleanup on, and then I found them a new home. But they were unfired. They were very pretty, but vastly different construction. This is much more hardy than they were, so I think pretty sure they were a good bit newer. Okay, but I'm glad I've had this this 8-day globe around there for a while. But now it's going home. Now it's going back home after being all alone. There you go. Okay, so now I'll have a spare night watch. That sits in my windowsill, and it'll sit in my windowsill and catch the sun when it comes in. Yeah, you can see all this shit. This has been in there a long time. Okay, so now we wait for the wick to become wicked with kerosene. So we're gonna give that a little time because there is there's a baffle in there, and I'm pretty sure, you know, so like the wick isn't like dangling. Oh, what's that? That's water. Okay, just water. But yeah, so the wick isn't like laying on the bottom like it would with a regular lantern. Since this has a baffle, it's all kind of crunched up together. So it might take a little bit for the kerosene to get all the way up there. And we can even pop this out and look. Okay, you can see the pinkish hue. There's still a little bit of red dye in this left in this batch of kerosene I got. Any second now. Any second now. Then we're gonna light this baby up. I'm just looking to see how that mechanism works in there. It's interesting. But the spring's still working just fine. Okay. All right, now we wait a couple minutes. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. All right, we have stool. Excellent. Well, why don't we light it before we do that? Before we plop that back on there. Okay, let's kill some lights here for dramatic effect. Okay, so turn that way down so we can properly get that baby on there. Yeah, that could be a pain in the ass, whatever this issue is with this chimney. I mean, it can be. There we go. All right, now where's that little viewing window so we can see what our flame's doing? Where are you? There you are. Okay. Nice. Sure is not very bright, is it? All right, we're going to turn this. Little supervised baby can go off the clock. I'm curious as to how high I can make that. Because I can't tell for smoking or not. It is. There we go. Okay, we are not smoking. Well, here we have it. Dietz 8-day. There's the little window I was looking in. Right there, just looking at the flame. There you go, little lens. Little round lens area in the Fresnel globe so you can see the proper flame. Okay. Well, here we go. So, yeah. Dietz 8-day. We didn't see any, no serial numbers or creation date or anything on here. Didn't see anything. I'm not exact, if it's probably, if they had one, it's probably under here and underneath that layers and layers of crap. Where'd that carbon come from? Probably from up in the chimney when I was messing with that. All right, that's cool. I'm going to just rub that in and add to the patina. So there we have it. Dietz 8-day. So this is nice, man. I love the way it looks like that. Look at that. Look at all that freaking patina all over this thing. Folks, thank you so much for stopping by the lab once again for this Dietz 8-day round Fount. Excellent. Folks, thank you so much for stopping by, and until next time, don't you go change.
We'll be back with the Magic Tunes for the Armada Room's 2-hour disco swing party after this short break. Till then, don't you go changing.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.